your particular case unique from any other. Just the fact that a 10 by 10 is not big enough for anybody or everybody doesn't justify hardship.
Okay, okay.
Any further questions or comments from mayor and council? Does the public have any comments, either for or against, or questions? There being none, I'll close that public hearing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr.
If you want to get your,
Yeah.
so we'll open the third public hearing for tonight. It's a public hearing on petition filed by Alejandro Romero on behalf of Manheim Shipping Line LLC requesting a zoning map amendment for a 5.08 acre parcel located at 801 Old Augusta Road South to amend the zoning from, which is the county designation of B3 Highway Commercial District, to LN, which is the limited industrial use. The property is owned by the Manheim Shipping Lane LLC, parcel number 04750057A00. It's my understanding that the property was properly marked with signage, legal advertisement was proper, and the surrounding property owner can notify Ms. Williams.
That's correct.
That being said, we have someone representing. Someone, if you'll state your name and your business address, sir.
Thank you. My name is Stephen Rushing. I'm an attorney at 12 Seabog Street in Statesboro. Tonight, I'm acting as agent and representative for Mahanium, and I may be mispronouncing that too, Shipping Line LLC. Likewise, I had never heard that. However, recently I was reading some Old Testament, and it's a city in the Old Testament. But I'm not sure that's where they derived the name from. But in any event, also with me tonight is Mr. David Pierce, owner of Pierce Building Systems, and he would be the proposed builder of this project that's being proposed. This property has been owned by Mahanium since, well, right at 4 years. They acquired it 4 years ago. At that time, it was already zoned R3. It's in an unincorporated area of the county. And recently, he's had the opportunity, since some other annexation into the city by the Development Authority, actually then connected this property to the city through that Development Authority property. And so at this point, he's decided to try to convert the property from non-productive to a productive use. And he being in the shipping industry, he has proposed this use for the property. I'll try sticking this way. It's a limited warehousing and logistics operation business that is being proposed on this 5-acre parcel of land. After he basically engaged an engineer to draw that up and determined that it would be appropriate if they could connect to water and sewer owned by the city of Rincon. And in order to do that, that would, I think it's suggested or encouraged that we annex the property into the city in order to be able to do that. And now that it is contiguous with the recent property of the Development Authority, that became an opportunity to connect to the city water and sewer. So on May the 8th, we came before this council and applied for an annexation, and I think the application was approved to be accepted, and that is moving forward. What we're seeking is to be entitled to an initial zone classification comparable to the zone that we are presently in the unincorporated area of the county. Again, it was zoned R3 already in 2019. We learned, going back through some county staff, that it
That
had,
would be B3, right? You said R.
what did I say?
R.
Thank you. B3, commercial, back by the county back in 2016 by, I think that was maybe 2 owners prior. So it has been at that zone some time. And what we understand is that the comparable zone from that original B3 zone is the LN zone of the city of Rankin, which is a limited industrial, which is right along the lines of what we're proposing with this project. Obviously, through our engineers, we would meet all of the rules and regulations of the city. And I think they've even shown some buffers that I think are derived from, I believe those are derived from the city ordinances. Certainly we want to recognize the existing use of a church facility that is on one side of the property, and on the other 2 sides is the Development Authority property. So we are looking at you know, some buffering and protection of that current use. I don't know exactly when their meeting times are, but generally those meeting times would be at the lower operation times of a facility like this one that does warehousing and logistics. So we certainly want to respect the use of their property and provide those buffers that are required by the city and to implement those. But with that, we would, if the annexation continues and we get the proper zone, we would like to continue with this project.
So the council is clear. It's my understanding your position is the B3 that is zoned in the county allows warehouses as a conditional use.
When it first, I think it's gone through some changes since it originally was adopted, but in 2016, that is our understanding, yes, sir.
So that's why you're seeking the LM.
That's correct.
Warehouse.
Correct.
Is there any questions or comments from mayor and council?
Is this the closest to the B3, which is the LN? Is that the closest to? Because I know when we annex it, we gotta make sure we
Yeah, it really depends on if they're going commercial, because that B3 highway commercial has, it's a wide gamut of things. It has the heavy commercial stuff, but it also has the warehouses in it. At the time that this one was on
That's,
B3.
that was our understanding as well.
So their use that they're requesting is and I hate to frame it this way, but a smaller warehouse compared to what
Yes,
the rest of the world. is.
exactly. It's just sitting on only a 5-acre piece to start.
So that's the closest thing that Lincoln has to allow that warehouse to be there would be developed.
I think my only issue with that is the bulk fuel. I don't wanna, cause I know that's a permitted use, and, just wanna, I mean, what, can we limit what?
They can do a development, I mean, if that's a question that you have, they can do a development agreement which limits what they're gonna put there, what they will develop within that zone.
That's what I want.
Right, and we're proposed to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
So that would cut out every other potential use.
Where we would have to come back to the city if the use was to change.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay.
Thank
Any
you.
other, hold on. Any other questions or comments from mayor and council? There being none, is there any comments by the public, either for or against? Any questions? Yes, sir, if you'll come to the podium and state your name.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm Serencione Bacon. I'm 802 Old Augusta Road, directly across from this proposed project. And I think it was about 3 or 4 years ago that we were in Springfield and at the county, when at that time they wanted to put a salvage yard for junk cars there, and, with the county, and it was turned down, and, now we back again with what they say is a small warehouse directly across from me, next to the church, and it's a mobile home on the other side of the property. And I don't see where these buffers are gonna allow this resident of the mobile home to have any quality of life if she wanted to remain to live there. Even me, across the street, directly across in front of this property, with trucks coming in, and I think I heard him say that they would limit the use at a certain hour when the church would be convened. I don't see how that's possible, because once a shipping company has freight to move, the freight has to move at a designated time in order to service their customers. And I don't see where this is a good idea for the community. We are constantly losing ground in that area to warehouses all up and down that strip of the old Augusta Road. This factory is at the roundabout on the other side of 777 there. They're constructing this manufacturing plant already, and I'm hearing that it's supposed to employ about 700 and some employees. So that's a lot of traffic going in and out just for the employees working there all day long. I don't know whether they're gonna try to operate around the clock, but then with this new project coming in the area. So that's putting a lot of traffic in that small area on the infrastructure that really doesn't handle the traffic at the present time, around 4:30 to, I guess, about 5 o'clock, 6:30. Going north on the old Augusta Road, traffic backs up now just north of what he's proposing here at that roundabout in the evening when the cars are coming in and folks are getting off from work and coming home. So it's already congested in the area, and it's just a lot trying to go on right there in that small area. Less than a quarter of a